So we're talking about the cost of vulnerability.
One of the things that we say quite frequently is emotional nakedness. Like they can take their clothes off and do things and not worry about it, right? Not really care.
Right.
People I feel like can be naked physically all the time, but emotional nakedness, that's hard. And so for me, that is at the core of how you can be vulnerable with someone and actually communicating. That's the part. Communicating those things to somebody else. And before you can communicate them, actually knowing within yourself, because a lot of people aren't even aware and vulnerable with themselves.
So complete exposure to the outside world of who you are at your core, and then accepting that core is the hill you're going to die on. For me, that's vulnerability. There are some underlying factors of vulnerability. Vulnerability allows for somebody to be emotionally available, spiritually available, physically available, financially available. Right? There's all these categories in which vulnerability can be applied. But the key word is available, right? Open to and available. Those are some key words that are synonymous with vulnerability. So when we talk about vulnerability in the space of the black man and the black woman, opportunity seems to be weaponized. I believe vulnerability is weaponized because in our community, in our ecosystem as African Americans in this country, we actually do not know what or how vulnerability operates.
I would say that we've never been taught vulnerability. That's typically not something that we are afforded the opportunity to do, to actually have feelings. So vulnerability is connected to your feelings. And so if you're never afforded the opportunity to say, you have feelings and emotions, would you like to talk about those and express those and maybe process through to get to a different place? Yeah.
What we have to understand is if we have not mastered vulnerability with self, there's no way we can even fathom what vulnerability and reciprocity is supposed to look like when it comes back to self. Vulnerability is not supposed to be on condition. Vulnerability should not be weaponized. Vulnerability is simply who you are at your core without any shame, regret, or anything, guilt or anything.
Embarrassment.
You love you if nobody else, including your kids, your mama, your aunt, you love you regardless. And you can show up as you, loving you in any atmosphere that you go into.
Let me just say, for the record, that you cursing right now.
I am.
You cursing.
I am.
Because in our community, we are really not taught how to love ourselves